Hello viewers, welcome to May-June 2011 WAEC, also known as WASI, Past Questions and Detailed Solution, General Mathematics, Mathematics Core Paper 1 Objective Test, Questions 1 to 50, Solution to 50 questions in one video. Question 1. If 112 naira exchanges for 14.94D, calculate the value of 1D in naira. Solution: from the question, this is true. Now, to get 1D in naira, you simply divide the given naira by 14.94D and multiply your answer by 1D. When you do that, you have 7.49 naira. That is the value of 1D. B is the correct option. Question 2. Solve for S in the equation 3/5 times bracket open 2s minus 1 bracket close equal to 1/4 times bracket open 5s minus 3 bracket close. Solution: you can do this in two ways. To clear the fractions, you can multiply through by the LCM of 20, that is the LCM of 5 and 4, or you simply cross multiply. Whichever way, you have this result. If you expand first, 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2s, 24s, minus 12 times 1 is 12. 5 times 5s, 25s, minus 5 times 3, you have 15. If you collect like terms, you have minus 12 here. If you transfer this, it becomes plus 15. You have 25s. You transfer this, it becomes minus 24s. If you add and subtract, you have 3 equal to s. Therefore, s is equal to 3. D is the correct option. Question 3. Given that cos x degrees is equal to 1/r, express tan s in terms of r. These kind of questions are very common in WAEC, and the approach remains the same. Now, tan s is defined as the ratio of opposite to adjacent, and cos s is adjacent over hypotenuse, meaning opposite is needed. From the given information about cosine, you draw a right angle triangle in order to get the set that is needed to evaluate tan s. That is the opposite. So this angle is the acute angle. This side is opposite, is unknown. This is adjacent. You have hypotenuse. Since the triangle is a right angle triangle, you use Pythagoras rule to get the opposite side. Now, the rule states that square on the longest side is equal to sum of squares on the other two sides. Hypotenuse is arrow, so you have arrow squared equal to AB squared, that is the opposite, plus 1 squared adjacent. If you transfer this to the left, you have this expression equal to this. Now, to get AB, you need to take the root of both sides, and you have this result. you cannot get tan S since all the sides of the triangle are known, and adjacent is opposite, sorry, tan S is opposite over adjacent. Now opposite is square root of r squared minus 1 over 1 adjacent, and that simplifies to square root of r squared minus 1. D is the correct option. Question 4. The diagram shows a cyclic quadrilateral PQRS with its diagonals intersecting at Q. Which of the following triangles is similar to triangle QKR? This is Q, you have K, and you have arrow. The one similar to it is P, you have K, and you have S. That is option B. Question 5. In the diagram, OP and OR are radii. PQ is equal to QR, and reflex angle PQR is equal to 240 degrees. Calculate the value of S. Solution. From the diagram, the two radii are equal, no doubt. These two sides are also equal because of the markings, so we can form two isosceles triangle if the diagram is adjusted to this form. By this is one base angle, this is another base angle, and the base angles are equal. Now if we are able to get this angle and get this angle, and the base angles are equal, we can take it as a quadrilateral and add the four angles and equate it to 360 degrees. But this angle is needed and this one is needed. Reflex angle POR plus obtuse angle POR is equal to 360 degrees. Sum of angles at a point, you have this expression. If you make the obtuse angle the subject, you have this. When you subtract, you have 120 degrees. Now the same reflex angle POR is equal to 2 times angle PQR. Angle at center is twice angle at circumference. If you divide the reflex angle by 2, you get angle PQR to be 120 degrees. Now in quadrilateral PORQ, if you add the four angles, the sum is 360 degrees. So you have 2s, you transfer the sum of these two, that is 140 to the right. You have it in this form, and that gives 140 degrees. To get S, that gives 120 degrees. To get S, divide both sides by 2, and S is 60 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 6. If a number is chosen at random from the set S such that 4 is less than equal to S less than equal to 15, full stop, find the probability that it is a multiple of 3 or multiple of 4. Solution. This is the given set. From the symbols of inequality, it means 4 and 15 are inclusive. So you list all the elements from 4 to 15. From this place, you have to define two subsets. The first one is subset A, multiple of 3. From the given set, you write out all the numbers that 3 can divide. That gives this set, and there are 4 elements in set A. For set B, multiples of 4, you write out all the numbers that 4 can divide. They are 3 in number. You have to check whether there is intersection or not, and by checking you have it to be 1 element. So number of elements in A intersection B is equal to 1. So probability of A or B is expressed in this form from the concept of set theory. Now, if the intersection is an empty set, this term becomes 0. So you always do a check. So if there's no common element, you just take the addition of the 2 subsets. So this is set A. The total element in the given set are 12. So you have 4 over 12 plus 3 over 12 minus 1 over 12. That simplifies to this. You have 6 over 12, and that is 1 over 2. That is what you have normally. But going by the option, this result is not there. The question didn't make use of this term. So if you take the sum of A and B alone, you have it in this form, and that is 7 over 12. So C is the correct option. Question 7. Solve the equations. 3s minus 2y equal to 7, s plus 2y equal to minus 3. You have a pair of simultaneous linear equations. So let's solve them using elimination method. The 2 equations, you label them as equation 1 and 2 in this form. For us to eliminate, the best variable to eliminate is y, because it has the same coefficient in both equations. Since the signs are opposite, you simply add. When you add, you have 4s equal to 4. Divide through by 4. S is equal to 1. To continue, you need to substitute s equal to 1 into any of the equations, but I'm using equation 2. This is equation 2. Anywhere you see s, you replace s with 1. You transfer 1 to the right hand side, you have this result, and 2y is equal to minus 4. Divide both sides by 2. Y becomes minus 2. Therefore, s equal to 1, y equals minus 2. By this, A is the correct option. Question 8. One of the factors of mn minus nq minus n squared plus mq is m minus n. The other factor is, you simply factorize by grouping. You take 2 terms with common factor as one group. Now actually, these 2 terms can form one group, but when you take these 2 as one group, there is no common term. So you have to look at it carefully. So if you take these 2 terms as one group, it means you cannot factorize, and you will not have any answer by that. So you have to look at it very well. Common term is here, so you take the 2. So you take first and third terms as one group, then second and fourth term as one group. As you are doing that, always follow the order of the letters. Q is common. Look at M and N. You have M before N. So we start with MQ minus NQ. From the first group, you factor out N, you have this result. From the second group, factor out Q, you have this result. Clearly, M minus N is common as one factor. You take it outside, you have N and plus Q combined to form the other bracket, which is the second factor. By this, C is the correct option. Question 9. A container in form of a cylinder has a base radius of 14 cm and height 18 cm. How many liters of liquid can it hold correct to the nearest liters? You have to find the volume of the container in cube centimeters, divide it by 1000 to convert it to liters. Volume of cylinder is this. You have 2 over 7 for pi times 14 square, that is radius square, times height 18. That gives this. To get the volume in liters, you divide through by 1000 and you have 11.088. To the nearest liter, you have 11 liters. A is the correct option. Question 10. Find the size of the angle marked S in the diagram. Solution. Diagram is adjusted by marking two other angles. Now, angle A is equal to B, so you have to get angle A. This is 90 degrees. Now, if you add the three angles in that triangle, the sum is 180 degrees. That triangle is a right angle triangle. You can as well add the two angles and equate it to 90. That is complementary angles. That is what you have here. And A is equal to 38 degrees. B is equal to A equal to 38 degrees. Vertically opposite angles. Now, this angle is exterior. This is interior. This is interior. And they are opposite to the exterior angle. So their sum is equal to S. So S becomes 90 degrees plus B, that is 38 degrees, and you have 128 degrees. C is the correct option. Pittacus Simplified Maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 11. A regular polygon of n sides has each exterior angle of 45 degrees. Find the value of n. Solution. In a regular polygon, the sum of exterior angle is equal to 360 degrees. To get each exterior angle, you divide the sum by n. In this problem, each exterior angle given as 45 degrees is equal to the sum divided by n. If you make n the subject, you have this result. Divide both sides by 45 now. After making n the subject, and you have 8. So the regular polygon has 8 sides. B is the correct option. Question 12. Esther was facing south 20 degrees west. She turned 90 degrees in the clockwise direction. What direction is she facing? By southwest in the problem, you have it in this form. This is southwest. So from south towards the west, the angle she made is 20 degrees. Now she turned clockwise. Clockwise is from where she is now towards this side, still facing the same direction. That is from left to right. That is clockwise. So if she turned 90 degrees, she will be in the northwest direction. But by how many degrees in terms of angle? That is 90 degrees minus 20 degrees, and you have north 70 degrees west. Remember, the whole of this angle here is 90 degrees, but she start moving from here to this place, 90 degree. So because the whole angle is 90, if she is to get to this place, it's already more than 90. So it will be 90 from this smaller place. So she did get to this side first, from here to here. So you subtract and you get 70 degrees. The histogram shows the age distribution of member of a club. Use the information to answer questions 13 and 14. Question 13. How many students are in the club? How many students are in the club? You get that by taking the frequency for each bar. Now, you have to get the scale. It's very important. From this point, origin to here is 1 cm, because this graph, each box is 5 lines. That is 1 cm by default, and here it means 2 cm is equal to 5 units. By this, what is one line? You divide number of units by number of lines. So the 2 cm there is 10 lines together. So 5 divided by 10 is 0.5. So one line is 0.5, which means 2 lines combined is 2. So the first bar is the 4th line from the origin, that is 2. The second bar is 5. The third bar is 8. The next is 12, followed by 11, then 7, 3, and 2. When you add all together, you have 50 students in the club. So B is the correct option. Question 14. What is their mother age? To get the mother age, you trace the adjacent side of the tallest bar to the corresponding side of the 2 shorter bar beside. So from this adjacent, you move to this side, from here to this side. The point of intersection of the 2 lines, you trace it to the horizontal axis. If you look at the scale carefully, the difference between 2 points here, the difference is 5. That means on the h-axis, one line is 1. So that after 25.5, you have 26.5 and so on. So where this line is, this point, if you observe it critically, you have 44.5. That is option A, the mother age. Question 15. The cross section of a uniform prism is a right angle triangle with sides 3 cm, 4 cm, and 5 cm. If its length is 10 cm, calculate the total surface area. This is the structure for a prism. The longest side is always 5 at the side facing the right angle. The other side you have a form of A, B, C. So you have 3, 4 for the other side. For the total surface area, before that, the length is that line that is joining the uniform faces together. That is the two triangles. For the total surface area, you have to look at area of all the figures that make up the prism. You have triangle PQR is there, plus area of triangle ABC. The two triangles are equal, so once you get one, multiply it by 2. You have area of rectangle ACQR, area of rectangle BCPR, area of rectangle ABPQ. Now for a prism with rectangular for a prism whose uniform cross section is triangular, such a prism has 5 faces, 2 triangles and 3 rectangles, as you can see. So for the triangle, the area is half times base times height. You have it here. Since both are equal, you multiply it by 2. This is the area of the first triangle. From the formula arrangement, this is second rectangle, this is third rectangle. This one is for the first rectangle. If you multiply and simplify, you have this outcome, and that add up to 132 square centimeters as the total surface area. B is the correct option. Question 16. Form the equation whose roots are s equal to 1/2 and s equal to -2/3. Such equation is quadratic, and you can use this simple rule to get it. So you have sum of roots, the two roots added together times s, and the next part is the product of roots. The two roots multiplied together, you equate it to 0. If you simplify this by finding LCM, you have this result. You multiply this, 2 remove 2, you have this result. If you subtract here it will be -1. That -1 against this minus becomes plus. So you have plus 1/6 times s and the other terms. To get the required equation, you need to multiply through by 6, the LCM of 6 and 3, and that simplifies to this. D is the correct option. Question 17. Simplify log square root of 27 over log square root of 81. Solution. This is the given problem. You cannot check the square root of 27. For that, you can express the root as the power of 1/2, and 27 in its simplest base, you have 3 cubed. Square root of 81 is 9. You can as well express 9 in base 3. You have it in this form. If you simplify these two powers by power log of indices, you have 3/2. Now, by power law of logarithm, 2/3 is used to multiply the log in this form same as power of 2, so that log 3 are cancelled off. So you have 3 over 2. The first coefficient here divide by this 2 in this form. You can write this 2 over 1. You change this sign to multiplication and you invert this fraction to 1 over 2. If you multiply, you have 3 over 4. D is the correct option. Question 18. Which of these angles can be constructed using ruler and a pair of compasses only? From construction, we have certain angles that can be constructed easily, such as 30 degrees. You have to bisect 60. You can construct 45 by bisecting 90 degrees. So if you check all the angles, you look for the one that if you add any of the basic angles, 30, 60, 45, 90, any two, that will give you the result. That should be 90 plus 45, all in degrees, and that gives 135 degrees. C is the correct option. Question 19. The perimeter of a sector of a circle of radius 4 cm is pi plus 8 cm. Calculate the angle of the sector. Solution. Perimeter of a sector is equal to 2 times radius plus length of arc. The perimeter is pi plus 8, radius is 4, the angle is unknown. Now you have 2 pi arrow, so you replace arrow with 4 since pi is there. Let us leave this pi first. If you simplify, 2 times 4 is 8. If you transfer 8 to the left, you have this result. From here, if you 2 times 4 is 8, you reduce 360 and 8 by 8 here remains 45. So we're having pi here and theta. So pi theta or theta pi over 45. These two become 0. You have pi equal to theta pi over 45. Multiply through by 45 to clear fraction. You have it in this form. Pi cancel pi. You have theta equal to 45 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 20. The length of a piece of stick is 1.75 meters. A girl measured it as 1.8 meters. Find the percentage error. This is the actual or exact length. Percentage error is error over exact times 100%. You subtract the two measurements to get the error, divide by the exact 1.75 times 100%. That gives this. Now the options, you have improper fractions and a whole number. Here is 2 decimal places, likewise 1.75. If you move out the 2 dp respectively, you have 5 over 175 times 100 degrees. If you divide through by 5, you have these results. And if you reduce by 5 again, 100 and this by 5, you have 1 over 7 times 20%, and that is 20 over 7%. D is the correct option. Pythagoras simplified maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 21. What is the value of 3 in the number 42.7531? Solution. The required digit is in the decimal part. The whole number part from right to left. From right, the first number is 2, that is unit. The other one is 10. If you are moving to the right, after 2 units, the next one becomes tenth. That is 7/10, 7/10. The next one is 500. That is 5/100. The next one is 3,000. That is 3/1000. B is the correct option. Question 22. The height of a cylinder is equal to its radius. If the volume is 0.216 pi cube meters, calculate the radius. The volume of a cylinder, the formula is this. From the question, the height is the same as the radius, so you replace the height with arrow. The volume is this. If you divide through by pi, you have 0.216. Arrow square times arrow, you have arrow cube. To get arrow, you take the cube root of both sides, and arrow is equal to 0.6 meters. B is the correct option. Question 23. In the diagram, MN is parallel OP, angle NMQ equals 65 degrees, angle QOP equals 125 degrees. What is the value of angle MQR? That is this angle. If you look at triangle QMR, the required angle is exterior and is equal to sum of the two opposite interior angles. So this angle is needed. You just need to get this angle. Since MN is parallel OP, it means this angle and this angle are equal, alternate angles. So let's start from here using 125 degrees. So angle QOP plus angle NOP equal to 180 degrees. Sum of angles on a straight line. If you make NOP the subject, that is this angle here, you have this result, and angle NOP is equal to 55 degrees. As I said earlier, angle MNQ is equal to angle NOP, alternate segment. So angle MQR is equal to angle QMN plus angle QNN. You have the reason. Therefore, angle MQR is equal to 65 degrees plus 55 degrees. That is 120 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 24. A circle is divided into two sectors in the ratio 3:7. If the radius of the circle is 7 cm, calculate the length of the minor arc of the circle. From the given ratio, 3 is for the minor part and 7 for the major part. And you know, when you are sharing, you always get sum of ratios. So angle of the minor sector is 3 over 10 times total angles in the circle, and that is 108 degrees. That this angle also become the angle of the minor arc. So length of minor arc is equal to this, which gives this when you replace all the given parameters with what they stand for. That becomes 3 over 10 times 44, and you have 13.2 centimeters. B is the correct option. Use the cumulative frequency curve to answer questions 25 and 26. So let's say the first one, 25, estimate the median of the data represented on the graph. Median is half of the distribution. From the graph, the half is 75 if you divide 150 by 2. So by the scale used here, if this place is 15, it means 1 cm is 15 units, and that implies that one line is equal to 3. Then when you come here, the difference is 10. So 9.5, 19.5. It means one line here is 2. So after 9.5, the next one becomes 11.5. You have 13.5. You have 15.5, 17.5, and 19.5. So if you trace 75 to meet the curve, it met it at this point. So you trace this point to the class boundary axis, you have it somewhere here. So from here, 29.5, you add 2, 31.5, 33.5, and you have 31, 33, you have 35.5. So the option is A. The next question, 26. What is the 80th percentile? Now, percentile divide distribution into 100 equal parts. So the 80th percentile is 80 over 100 times the total distribution, 150, and that gives 120 position of cumulative frequency. So this is 120. You trace 120 to meet the curve at this point. You can see there. So when you trace down to the class boundary axis, you have it somewhere here. Somewhere here. But where you have the curve accurately is in between. Is in between. So in between 47.5 and 49.5. So in between should be 48.5. So D is the correct option. Question 27. From the diagram, which of the following statements are true? The first part, M equal to Q. That is correct, because in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So this is 1. N equal to Q. That is not correct. N plus P equal to 180. That is not correct. Now P plus M equal to 180. This is P. This is MP, and you can see parallel. You can take this side as transversal, and interior opposite angles, their sum is always 180 degrees. So this statement is correct. So the first part combined with the last part give option B as the correct option. Question 28. Factorize the expression AM plus BN minus an minus bm. You factorize by grouping. So we take the first and last term as one group and the third and second term as one group. It is so because you have to follow the order of the letter. You have A before B. So here, you factor out M, you get this result. What you have here must be the same as this. As such, you need to factor out minus n from here. You factor out minus n and divide through by minus n. You have A minus B. Clearly, A minus B is common, and you have M minus n. You can also do it this way by considering the first and third term to be one group and the fourth and second term as another group. If you factorize, you have the same result. Option B is the correct option. The graph represents the relation y equal to s squared minus 3s minus 3. Use it to answer questions 29 and 30. Question 29. Find the value of s for which s squared minus 3s equal to 7. The given graph is for this relation, and before you can solve this using the graph, you must ensure that this equation s squared minus 3s is simplified to exactly this. To achieve that, you simply subtract 3 from both sides. If you do that, you have s squared minus 3s minus 3 equal to 4. Everything here is equal to y. It means that the solution occurs at y equal to 4. So you go to the graph. This is y equal to 4. Before that, let's try and get the scale. The scale used is 2 centimeters to 1 unit on s-axis and 2 centimeters to 2 units on y-axis. By this, you can say that on the s-axis, one line is equal to 0.1. So y equal to 4. You trace it to meet the curve somewhere here. You also trace to meet the curve. From the point of contact, you trace it down to meet s-axis. You also trace it down to meet s-axis. If you count from 4, okay, let's start from the negative part. If you count from minus 1, the next line is minus 1.1 and so on. Where the line is between minus 1.5 and minus 1.6. The middle of it becomes minus 1.55. And if you trace from 4 to the, if you count from 4 to the right, where it is between 4.5 and 4.6. Hence, we take 4.55. So, A is the correct option. Question 30. What is the equation of the line of symmetry of the curve? Such equation is obtained using this simple relation, where B is minus 3, coefficient of s, and A is 1, coefficient of s squared. You have it in this form. Minus 3 is plus 3 over 2, and when you divide, you have 1.5. So the equation on the line of symmetry of the curve is s equal to 1.5, and that is option C. Pythagoras Simplified Maths. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page. For more updates, share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. For more updates, like and share PSM videos. Question 31. Simplify m over n plus m minus 1 over 5m minus m minus 2 over 10n, where m is not equal to 0. Solution. What you have is fractions, addition, and subtraction. You find the LCM of the denominators, and that is 10n. If you divide 10n by n, you have 10. 10 times m, you have 10m plus. You divide 10n by the next denominator, 5n, you have 2 times this numerator, you have this result, minus. You divide 10n by 10n, you have 1 times this numerator, you have it in this form. If you open the brackets using plus 2 and minus 1 respectively, you have this result. Some terms will cancel off, like minus 2 plus 2. If you add 10m plus 2n is 12n minus m, you have 11m over 10n. B is the correct option. Question 32. If root 72 plus root 32 minus 3 root 18 equal to s root 8, find the value of s. You simply express each term in basic form. In basic form, you look for a factor of each number that is a perfect number. Number which its square root is a whole number. In 72, you have 36 times 2. In 32, 16 times 2. In 18, 9 times 2. In 8, 4 times 2. So this simplifies to 6 root 2 plus 4 root 2. Root 9 is 3. 3 times 3, you have 9 root 2. Root 4 is 2. 2 times s, you have 2s root 2. If you add the left hand side, you have root 2 equal to 2s. Divide through by root 2, you are left with 1 equal to 2s. Divide both sides by 2, s is equal to 1 over 2. C is the correct option. Question 33. G varies directly as the square of h. This is the meaning direct variation. If G is equal to 4 and h is 3, find h when G is equal to 100. From this expression, we always replace symbol of variation with equality sign, and at the same time introduce the constant of variation, which always multiplies the right hand side. So we are to get k. That is why you have it that G is equal to 4, h equal to 3. If you replace G and h with what they stand for in this place, you have 4 equal to 9k. That is 3 squared now is 9, and k is 4 over 9. In order to find h, When G is 100, you need to establish the equation of formula connecting G and H, and that formula is simply replacing K by 4/9 in this form. So G is equal to 100, and that is equal to 4/9 H squared. If you multiply through by 9 and divide both sides by 4, H squared is equal to this, and that is 25 times 9. To get H, you take the square root of both sides. Square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 9 is 3. When you multiply, you have 15. A is the correct option. Question 34. Given that number of elements in set P equal to 19, the number of elements in the union of P and Q equal to 38, number of elements in the intersection of P and Q is equal to 7. Find the number of elements in Q. From set theory, the number of elements in the union of two sets is expressed in this form. So you replace the various parts with what they stand for, except for this. If you simplify the right hand side, you get this result. To get number of elements in set Q, you have to transfer 12 to the left, and you have 38 minus 12. Number of elements in set Q becomes 6. That is 26 rather, 26. A is the correct option. Question 35. What must be added to 2s minus 3y to get s minus 2y? What must be added to this? What must be added to this is equal to difference between this and this. Now take it this way, that you add P to this and is equal to this. What if you make P the subject? You have to transfer this term to go and meet this. It becomes minus. If you open the bracket with this minus here, you have s minus 2y minus 2s plus 3y. Minus times minus is plus. That simplifies to minus s plus y, which is also written as y minus s. B is the correct option. Question 36. Simplify this. So you take the whole problem. Now, from rule of Bodmer's, you need to start from the bracket. You have fractions addition. If you simply add the whole numbers, you have 6 whole number 1/3. Remove the brackets and also convert to improper fractions. You have this result. The LCM is 12. If you divide 12 by 4, you have 3. 3 times 7 is 21. Divide 12 by 3, you have 4 times 19, you have 76. If you subtract, you have this result. Convert to mixed fraction, you have this. C is the correct option. Question 37. In the diagram, STUV is a straight line. Angle TSY 40 degrees, angle USY 40 degrees, and angle VUW 110 degrees. Calculate angle TYW. That is this angle. We can use many approaches, but let's take one. That approach, we need to start by getting this angle. That is sum of angles on a straight line using this. So the expression attend to that. Now, if you make angle TUW, the subject, by transferring angle VUW, that is 110 degrees, to the right hand side, angle TUW becomes 180 degrees minus 110, and that is 70 degrees. In triangle STU, we want to get this angle now is exterior, that is angle YTS is equal to angle SUT plus angle TSU, and you have the reason. So angle YTS is 40 degrees plus 70 degrees. That is this angle 70 and this angle. They are interior opposite angles to this exterior angle. You have sum. Alright, so let's continue. So we know angle YTS. Let's consider triangle STY. Angle SYS. Let's get, that is this angle now. Okay, SYS. This angle also is exterior to the sum of these two interior angles. That is what you have here. And SYS is 150 degrees. Now, this angle is equal to this angle, vertically opposite angles. So, taking this approach, angle TYW is 150 degrees. Question 38. Given that 124 base S is equal to 7 times 14 base S, find the value of S. Solution: you need to convert both sides to base 10. To do that, you use the given base to multiply each digit, and you assign the position of the digit to the base. The position starts with 0 from right to left. So 4, position is 0, 2, you have 1, and 1 is 2. So you have 1 times S, the power is 2, you have S squared, plus 2 times S power 1 plus 4 times S power 0 equal to 7 bracket open, 1 times S power 1. For 1, the position is 1 and 4 is 0, plus 4 times S power 0. This 10 is 1, this 10 is also 1. For that, you have S squared plus 2S plus 4 equal to 7 bracket open S plus 4. If you open the bracket in the right hand side, you have this result. We already have a quadratic equation. If you transfer all these terms to the other side, you have this result. If you add like terms, you have this. Next thing is to factorize. Look for two factors of 24, that the sum is minus 5 and the product is minus 24. Such factors are minus 8 and plus 3. So you express the two factors in terms of S and replace the middle term with them. The purpose is to have 4 terms so that you factorize by grouping. First 2 terms, first group, second 2 terms, second group. If you factorize, you get this result and this result. It follows that each factor is equal to 0. If you transfer the respective constant terms, you have S equal to 8 or minus 3. Okay? So the base cannot be negative. So it means S is equal to 8. D is the correct option. Question 39. Find the smaller number of s that satisfies the equation s squared plus 7s plus 10 equal to 0. I just factorized one equation in question 38. If you use similar procedures and factorize this equation, you have s equal to minus 2 or minus 5. The smaller value here is minus 5. You know, in your number line, you have 0. From 0 to the right, the number increases. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. From 0 to the left, the numbers decreases. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So minus 2 is less than minus 1. That is the meaning. So minus 5 is less than minus 2. That is why minus 5 is the smaller value. A is the correct option. Question 40. The perpendicular bisectors of the sides of an acute angled triangle are drawn. Which of these statements is correct? They intersect inside the triangle. This is acute triangle, so something like this. This angle is less than 90 and this angle is 90. So if you, this acute angle, another one is here. So if you bisect this angle and you bisect this angle, they are meeting at the center inside the triangle. So C is the correct option. Pythagoras Simplified Maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. For more updates, like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 41. A rectangular garden measures 18.6 meters by 12.5 meters. Calculate correct to 3SF the area of the garden. The garden is rectangular. Its area is length times breadth. That is 18.6 times 12.5. That is 232.5. To 3SF, we are interested in this. The next number is 5. Round it up to 1. You add it and you get 233 square meters. D is the correct option. Question 42. John pours 96 liters of red oil into a rectangular container with length 222 cm and breadth 42 cm. Calculate correct to the nearest centimeters the height of the oil in the container. The given dimensions suggest that that container is like a cuboid, and volume of cuboid is length times breadth times height. Now, the volume is given in terms of liters. That is 96 liters equal to length times breadth times height. We need to have the same units, so you convert this liter to centimeter by multiplying it by 100 cube centimeters. So you have it in this form. To get H, divide both sides by the product of these two numbers, and H is equal to this. If you reduce, you get this result. Divide, you have 10.9090. To nearest centimeters, we are interested in 10. The next number is 9, more than 5. Round it up to 1 and you add it to 10. You have 11 centimeters. A is the correct option. Question 43. In a quiz competition, a student answers n questions correctly and was given n plus 50D for each question correctly answered. If he gets 600D altogether, how many questions did he answer correctly? Number of questions answered equal to n. Now, if you go by simple arithmetic, let's say for each question answered correctly, he gets 5 naira. So if he answers 2 questions, it becomes 10. 3 questions becomes 15. So each question is this. For answering n questions, the amount he received is this amount times n. That is what you have here, equal to total amount. If you expand, you have quadratic. You have to transfer this term to the left hand side for you to have 0 in order to factorize. To factorize, you look for 2 factors of 60, that the sum, 2 factors of 600, that the sum is plus 50, and the product is minus 600. That must be minus 10 plus 60. You express the sum of the factors in terms of n to replace the middle term in this form. The purpose is to have 4 terms so that you factorize by grouping the first 2 terms first group, the last 2 terms second group. You factor out n from here, you have this result. Factor out 60 from here, you have this result. Clearly n minus 10 is common. If you take it out, this n and plus 60 that are outside combine to form the other factor. You equate each factor to 0. If you transfer the respective constant terms, n is equal to 10 or minus 60. Number of questions answered correctly cannot be negative, so n is equal to 10. D is the correct option. Question 44. The Venn diagram shows the number of students in a class who like reading, dancing, and swimming. How many students like dancing and swimming? This is swimming, this is dancing, and this portion is for those that like swimming and dancing. Assuming the question specified swimming and dancing only, then we are interested in this part. But from what the question requires, it is these 2 plus here. So let this part alone be S. So those that like dancing and swimming means D intersection S. That is swimming intersection dancing, and you have S plus 2. S plus 2. You can use either all the entries in the dancing or swimming subset. In other words, you can come here, you add everything here, you add everything here. That is for swimming or dancing. But what we have here now is we have swimming is being used, so we are taking everything in swimming. That is 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus S equal to 16. That is what you have here. So if you add like terms, you have 11 plus S equal to 16, and S is equal to 16 minus 11 equal to 2, equal to 5. So what we need is S plus 2. That is 5 plus 2 equal to 7. A is the correct option. Question 45. A shopkeeper allows a discount of 15% on the mark price of a mobile phone if a customer paid 170 Ghana cedi for a mobile phone. What was the marked price of the phone? Let the marked price be S. 15% discount of S is the amount that the customer paid. So if you remove 15%, now the total percent is 100. If you remove 15, it becomes 85. So you have 85 over 100 times S equal to 170. If you make S the subject, you have this result. When you multiply and divide, you have 200 Ghana cedi. C is the correct option. Question 46. If 27 power S is equal to 9 power Y, find the value of S over Y. Find the value of S over Y. Solution. You have to express to the lowest common base of 3 and you have this result. If you equate the two bases, you have the powers to be equal. That is 3S equal to 2Y. You are to get S over Y. Now, you have to do two things. For you to get S over Y, you need to divide through by Y first. So, you divide through by Y and divide through by 3. If you do that, you have S over Y equal to 2 over 3. 2 over 3. The correct option is B. Question 47. In the diagram, PQ is parallel TS parallel TU. Reflex angle QPS is 245 degrees. Angle PST 115 degrees. Angle STU 65 degrees. And angle RPS equal to S. Find the value of S. Now, if you decide to extend this line down and notice that this and this are parallel, this angle is equal to this angle, corresponding angle. They always fashion out letter F in between parallel with a transversal section. So you have angle QP arrow, that is this angle is equal to angle STU and is equal to 65 degrees, corresponding angles. It follows that if you add all the angles in this place, the sum is 360 degrees. Sum of angles at a point, that is what you have here. That leads to this. If you make S the subject, S is equal to 50 degrees. Option D is the correct option. Question 48. Illustrate the inequality -1 less than 3s plus 4 less than 14 on a number line. You need to solve the given inequality. This term is 5, not 4. Solution. You have the given inequality. The inequality has 3 terms, and to avoid confusion, you have to break it down. You can solve it directly, but breaking it down avoids all confusion. The first and second term, one inequality. second and third term. Another inequality in this form. If you collect terms respectively, that is for both sides, you have this result. If you subtract, you have this. Divide both sides by 3, you have this result. So if you combine the result, you start from -2 followed by less than s. If you come here, you also have s, so s is already there, then -3. The symbol you have is street symbol of inequality, and in number line you use open dots to indicate street symbol of inequality. Going by that, option B is the correct option. Although all the options use open dots, but for the given range -3 to +2, option B is the correct option. Question 49. A boy looks through a window of a building and see a mango fruit on the ground 50 meters away from the foot of the building. If the window is 9 meters from the ground, calculate correct the nearest degree, the angle of depression of the mango from the window, the angle of depression. So the boy, this is the window's level, so the boy is looking down where the mango is. This is the eye level, so the angle formed is angle of depression and is always equal to angle of elevation. So this is the height of the window from the ground level. So this is the distance of the mango now from the foot of the building. So once you get angle of elevation, it is equal angle of depression. Looking at 9 meters and 50 meters in respect to this angle, it can only be tangent ratio, which is this. To get theta, you take the inverse of tan of 0.18, and that is 10.20 degrees. To the nearest degrees, you have 10 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 50. If E is equal to mn over s plus n, and E is equal to 75, m is equal to 120, n is equal to 5,000, find s. Let us make s the subject, or you can as well insert the values at the end. You still make s the subject. If you make s the subject, you have this result. So you replace n, m, and e with what they stand for in the question. If you subtract here, you have 5,000 times 45 over 75. If you multiply and divide, you have 3,000. C is the correct option. Pythagoras simplified maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. To end this paper, you need to say this: if you are not safe, your life is in crisis. To avoid that, give your life to the one that can save you, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ, and confess him as your Lord and personal Savior every day of your life. If you are saved already, congratulations, live righteously and be prepared, because on the last day, some will be taken and some will be left. Take good care of yourself, stay out of trouble, study your books, do the needful at all times, flee every appearance of evil, don't defraud others to make money, use your hands and your brain to work genuinely and legally, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye and stay tuned.